Hey everybody, welcome back. Today, 70 of the 100 Hearts in 100 Days for the 100-Day Project. We went on a little excursion this morning because if you watched yesterday's video to the end, you will know that I signed up for the class, the dye class at Artistic Artifacts. Now, do I have enough white fabric to take with me? Absolutely. Did I want more? Absolutely. So here's some of what I got. And this is not fabric, but I am supposed to bring 12, that's 8, size 12 thread. So there's that, the DMC 12 thread. Got that at Joann's. This is 8, size 8. I got some navy blue because what I want to do is on some natural colored fabric, I'm probably going to stitch some navy blue, not for the class. This is after the 100-day project. And I wanted some black in size 12. I'm finding that I really like to use the size 12 for stitching. 8 is okay. 5 is way too thick for most things that I want. And I have a lot of 5s. But, you know, you learn after doing it for a while. And then I ran out of, well, I'm running out of some red. And let's see, I should have done this before I started, of course. And this is probably going to make the video too long, but c'est la vie. Okay. So I wanted to go find, I think it was either... yeah, it had to be that one. I think it was 321. They didn't have 321 in the store anymore. So I was trying to find... see, that's a bright red, and that's not. Oy, mama. That's not a bright red either. The red that they had was like 320... I don't know. Some other number close to this. And it was almost like... it was more like... this red, like this is 326, and I don't know if you can tell with this lighting, but I wanted the bright Christmassy red, and I really couldn't find it. I mean, these are definitely darker, so not happy about that, but I didn't have these two colors, so there's some more red. Oh, well. Anyway, next time I'll bring that with me, that card with me, and see. And I obviously have some winding to do to get these on. Now this is $4.98, and this is $8.16. Still not colors that I wanted, but they'll do for projects, you know. They'll make pretty flowers. And then I got this lilac because I was running out of it when I was doing the other flowers. And they did have the right number to replace that. I hate when they have to change the numbers because you're never sure that you're getting, you know. And let me move the camera out. Okay. I have to raise the arm because I am not zoomed in. Okay. Don't mind the mess on the floor. So this is a piece of linen, but it's not 100% linen, that I had purchased a couple years ago. And I love the nubby, let me see if I can do that. I love the nubby texture of it. A lot of shadows, sorry. But if I put it up close, you see the nubby texture? I love that. And it's a really nice weight to sew on. Easy to get the needle through, but textured and nice. And it dyes beautifully when I did ice dyeing. So we went to the store and I bought 3 things. Now I can't tell you exactly. This is a linen viscose, and this is supposed to be a yard. I think this is the same thing, but this is much whiter. But this said it was white. I don't know. I'm going to wash and dry it and see how it turns out. I'm going to sew up the sides first. Well, maybe I won't. I'm lazy. But I'm going to take a piece of this with me and I may take this with me, I don't know, an indigo dye it. This is white muslin. So it's bleached. That's what they do because, you know, muslin is a naturally kind of tannish color. So I got a yard of that. These feel really like there's a lot of fabric in here. So this will keep me busy for a long time. So I'll wash this and dry it. No fabric softeners. And I will take chunks of this with me. And I'll explain that in a minute. Not yardage. And this is, I believe, 100% linen. And it was the end of the bolt. So I was supposed to get the end of the bolt part 50% off. And this all was 30% off at Joann's today, which is May 1st. So if you're looking for fabric to stitch on, good deal. 30% off, I believe, is a good deal. But either the cashier or the lady at the counter, I don't know which one, didn't ring it up as part of it, the end of the bolt part after the yard was measured out, didn't take the 50% off. She only took 30% off. Oh well. Anyway, so this is really nice, but it's very thin. It is quite thin, I will be honest. But it'll be good to dye, and it'll be good for the rice bag that I want to do, because the rice bag will consist of layers. There'll be the top layer that I stitch on, and then there's going to be probably some batting or an interfacing inside, and then it'll have a lining. So it'll be, you know, it'll be fine with that. So all this is going to get washed and dried. I do have a picture of exactly of the labels of what I bought, so I will insert that here, hopefully, or somewhere around in here. And so I will be washing and drying that. This is, in a previous video I showed this. When I went to Artistic Artifacts last time, they had a cotton linen blend. This is not nubby. And it's a wonderful feeling fabric. It's a great weight. It's beige-ish. So I may take some of this, a chunk of this with me, maybe like a fat quarter size piece, you know, just cut this off here and maybe take like a piece like that. But this also has to be washed and dried. So I'm going to do all of those together, and then I'll chop them up, and I will be doing those, some of that at the dye day. And interestingly enough, I'm going to lower this, and I'm going to lower you. Hope I didn't make you too dizzy. Ooh, you're right in front of my face. Like, I can't even bend my head over to see what I'm doing. So I was going through some of my stuff today, and these are, I have a bag. Like, I went crazy when I was doing journals, making snippets. And I will, oh, I think I put the bag back over there. Anyway, I have a whole bunch of them. Here's some more. That and that and that. Very, very similar taste, don't you think? You see a theme going here? So there's all these, and these, I believe this is washable. I don't know. I know that's washable. I pulled out the ones that could be washed to use on projects. A lot of them that I made have wooden buttons on them, and those are not supposed to be put through a washer and dryer. And since I don't know what all these hearts are going to be used for, I thought, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. So I am going to use this Perle Iris. Still wish I knew where I got these from. Still thinking it might be Steph Francis. Not 100% sure. Anyway, it is size 8. And I wanted to use black thread. This is hopefully going to, when I stitch it, stay down. This is part of a Did I put that back too? Yeah, I put that back too. Did I? Hold on. Hold that thought. Whoops. Ow, ow, ow. Stabbing myself. Needle. Good Lord. All right, Martha. Not the brightest stick in the pond today. I'm having one of those days. This was a piece of linen. This is a beautiful, beautiful linen. And it's a placemat. And there was a lady who brought old linens from her mother, aunt, grandmother, somebody, don't know, cleaned out her closets, and she had all these old linens. And I absolutely love it. And this is the only part I haven't cut yet, but I have cut chunks out of the rest of it, as you can see. And so I may even throw cut a part of this up and throw that in the pile to be dyed as well. So anyway, this was my first attempt. But as you can see, I didn't cut the lace evenly. That'll be used for something else, trust me. So I am just going to do some stitches, believe it or not, and I'm going to do them in black. So I hope this finds you all well. And I have 30 days left to do this project, and I am kind of getting to that point where I'm ready to move on. Very, very ready to move on. I know, terrible. I don't usually stick out anything for 100 days, trust me. It's quite the miracle, actually. So I'm just going to do various stitches. I'm just in a mood today. I don't really want to do anything too intricate. I don't have a plan. I hate it when I don't have a plan. I don't have ideas because I got up at dark 30 this morning, very early. And no, I'm not going to do knots. I'm just going to stitch. Just stitch, Martha. And I sat down here in my chair and I started compiling some hearts with fabric and a couple of embellishments to start putting together for when we are gone. So I have stuff to work on, and I'm still making a heart a day. And so I got that done. I have 6 or 7 made up. Sorry, my allergies are so bad, and I don't want to take medication. But I still have the watery eyes, and when we went out this morning, initially I didn't, but I ended up wearing my mask outside because, oh my gosh, the wind is blowing, as I've heard some people say it was blowing a gale. And there's pollen everywhere. It's just flying through the air. It's covering the van, we cannot garage our van because the garage isn't tall enough. And we were just out there. Tony came and got me, and we're trying to reorganize some stuff in the van. And it's an ongoing thing, trust me. And so we were out there, and I came in, and I had just got my sinuses all settled down, really, honestly, from being out this morning, and now I'm all congested and got a runny nose again, and I'm a mess. I'm a mess, I tell ya. It's just been a day already. We didn't eat lunch until 1 o'clock. It was almost 1:15 when we finished, actually. And I want to get some bread dough made And when I get some pizza made, I'm going to make, I think the end of the week, I'm going to make some pizza, vegan style, without vegan cheese on it, but with sauce and veggies, homemade sauce and veggies, and lentils for protein. But I think I'm going to make one, and then we'll take it with us. So I could do that on Saturday while we're packing up the van. And if I bring it in the refrigerator, if I bake it and then I slice it up and then I put it in the fridge, then we can have like a couple slices here and there when we want it. We can heat it up in the oven in the van. Yes, we have a little oven. It's a microwave / convection, but I don't use the microwave. I prefer Tony not use the microwave because microwaves. So Susie from Susie's Craft Room asked me some questions when I was complaining about my hands not working the other day. It's just a brain muscle. Like, my brain is on other things and my muscles are not responding to my brain because my brain is saying open the door. My body's saying open the door, but I'm not focused on opening the door. So I went to grab the handle of the car door and missed a couple times. And yeah, so like this morning I was thinking about what do I need to bring and how much am I bringing and where am I going to put it and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, how are we going to do this? And I was trying to put my chia seeds in the bowl so I could mix it with my peanut butter, and went to dump it in the bowl, but jerked my hand and some of it went flying. Now, mind you, the bowl's only this big that I mix it in. I miss it a lot, but yeah. So it's just been like my brain is on other things. But Susie, I hope you don't think that my answer to you was, it was sort of a rant, but it wasn't a rant towards you. I didn't mean it to be. I hope I didn't scare you away. And I do hope that you can get back to your crafting soon. You're very sweet to comment on my videos. That's what this is, videos. So I do appreciate you watching. And I know it's hard to get back in the swing of things, and I know with your trouble with physically, it's very hard. But I do hope you get back to it soon, if you can. I like the black on this linen. It's very pretty, I think. I know a lot of people don't think black is pretty, but it is, in my opinion. Now, see, every time I do this, I kick myself because when I sew this around the edge and then I sew stuff in the middle, then it starts buckling. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start sewing in the middle. I'm going to go right over here and just start doing stitches. I'm going to go right across. Because then they curl funny and they don't lay flat, and I don't like that. So I'm going to. So while I'm up at Artistic Artifacts, I do plan on buying, I can't remember if I said this in yesterday's video, if I'm repeating myself. I apologize. I'm a little bit excited about the class now. I'm going to, they have some sashiko stitching supplies, And I want to get some of the, what are they called? Stencils. I've been watching, Craft and Create with Corinne. Pretty sure that's what it is. I have an iPad somewhere here. I thought. Oh, shoot. It's over on my bedside table. Sorry. Well, I'm sure that's what it is. And she's making a rice bag. And I'm just enjoying listening to her. I listened to most of part number 3. Goodness, Martha, think. This morning when I was putting, oops, jiggled the light, come here. This is just some of, these are the ones I'm going to take with me. I'm not showing them to you because then that would give it away, but those are the ones I'm taking with me to stitch, and they are going to be just, they're not going to be thread painting and everything else. It's going to be very similar to what I'm doing today, and I'm okay with that. I think that at some point, doing a big project every day just is overwhelming for me. I want to do them, like I think them up, and I'm like, oh, I could do that. And then it takes 6 hours. Yesterday, I got things done in between, but it just takes too long. And I've done a lot of those. So these last 30 are probably going to be more simple than not. And just me either doing them myself or, you know, if I have stuff to talk about, then I will do them with you. But I don't think I have anything to offer as far as teaching. I may make another needle book. I really enjoy needle books, and there was a young lady on the Slow Stitch Facebook page who asked about needle books, and I said you should watch some YouTube videos, and she said they're too overwhelming. There's too many that are about the function, and they're too fancy, and she just wants to make like a simple needle book. Well, my needle book is pretty simple. I mean, it's, you know, I took a piece of muslin. This is one piece of muslin, and I put batting behind it, quilt batting. And then I just did half of it with, I hand stitched all these fabrics on, and then I put a little snippet, and I put a button, lace, fabric flowers. This is ribbon. So it's really only 2 fabrics. This is a whole snippet roll all on its own. I mean snippet. And I stitched it, right? And then I put muslin on the inside, and you can see it's all raw edges. And I had 2 pieces of felt, and I made pages, and I put them on the inside, and I put an elastic on a button in the back, knotted it, and it closes up. It works great. So she wanted pictures, so I posted pictures, and I think I would like to do a video on just how simple it is to do one. In case there's anybody else out there, I made a really pretty red one for the lady in Canada that I did the exchange with. I think it was the beginning of the year or the end of, I can't remember. Anyway, she didn't even know what it was when she got it. So I was a little deflated about that. Probably wrongfully so, but I just felt like you don't know what that is, and I put a lot of care and work into it to make it colors that she wanted. So, yeah, I was a little saddened that she didn't know what it she really didn't thank me for it. Like, she was like, oh, and never heard from her again. So I did make her a patch. I mean, it was in the colors she asked for. It was reds. And I put a little stamped bunny on it because it's the year of the rabbit. And she's Asian, so she celebrates that. So, yeah, I was a bit deflated. I never, it's like exchanges don't turn out well for me. I either disappoint the person I'm sending to or I'm disappointed. So, yeah, it is what it is. Anyway. Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you was on our way to Joann's, I was checking to make sure I was going to buy the right size thread and everything because there is a class list. Uh-oh, I'm curving in. I don't want to curve in. And when I went to look it up on the website, like, you know, the supply list for what to bring to the class, guess what? The class is full. I must have been the last person to sign up for it yesterday evening or yesterday afternoon. I think that's pretty cool. So it was meant to be. I mean, there's space for me. One space probably left, and I got it, and I'm okay with that. It does mean I don't know how many students there will be, but when I was looking at the picture, I have to find a way to start recording on my iPad. Off subject, but like all these things are on my phone that I want to show you. And then I can't because I'm recording with my phone. So, I can't show you. So, do a row here. Okay, so what was I saying? The dyeing is done in jars, mason jars, like large quart mason jars. So I think that's all we get. We get like a set of mason jars in front of us with colors. I don't know if everybody gets their own or what. So it's not going to be like a big pot or anything. I don't know if the indigo is the same way, but I have to call. I have a couple questions. I want to make sure the class is being done in their warehouse, which isn't going to be air conditioned, which is going to be hard because I think it's supposed to be in the low 80s and humid. I don't do well in that weather. So I may have to go inside occasionally and take breaks. But anyway, I have to ask if the warehouse is actually attached to the building, which I believe it is. And I also want to know what... Jeez, Martha. That's like so off. I gotta take that back out. Go off in a different direction, why don't you? Kind of like my thought processes, right? I want to know, the class description does not say, like, don't bring anything larger than a fat quarter. Don't bring yardage. Don't bring, it just says you can bring things. So I'm going to just double check. I don't want to walk in there with yardage and be embarrassed that you can only fit, you know, a fat quarter size piece of fabric in a jar. So, and I don't want to walk in with, well, I can. I'm going to put all my supplies in a bag, just a canvas bag. So when I do that, I will probably have more in there than I'll be able to do, but I'd rather have more with me than I'm capable of doing, or allowed to do, I should say. More than I'm allowed to do, than be sitting around and watching everybody dyeing all this stuff and be tempted to buy something, because everything in that shop is a bit high priced. So I know if I want to buy a bundle of fabrics similar to the ones they dye, dyed, they sell them for $29. I imagine they don't take that much off to sell them undyed, because they can get the money for them. They are like all vintage things, I think, mostly. They do probably go to, like, they're in a very populated area. I think she probably has her employees and maybe herself go to estate sales and stuff up there, because there can be lots of them up that way. There's a lot of older generations living up there, because it's very near Fort Belvoir, and a lot of military people retire here. Well, there. So lots of estate sales and stuff like that up in that area. It's a very old area. And a large area, because it's just outside of DC, just across the bridge from Maryland. I mean, you know, lot going on if you want to live up that way and be involved in stuff. All right, I think we should be okay. So I'm going to sort of start here, work my way around again. So she comes away with all of these older like doilies and ribbon and things like this. Things like this, which I think was a bureau scarf. Although what's really weird is I've noticed there's like writing on it in thread writing. It's like XVII is there, and then I can't tell what some of the other writing is. But I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like letters. Can you see it with the light shining off of it? Yeah. Notice that one day when I was sitting here stitching, I'm like, ew, that's weird. So I'm not sure. It's got a lot of texture with these threads, which is very cool. But anywho's, I hope she has some more of these colors, the blue and the purple, and maybe, I don't know if she'll have like turquoise, or, because them's my colors. And here I sit wearing another gray shirt. This is my bum around the house shirt. This is probably the shirt I'm going to take with me. It's very big and baggy on me now, and it's got some stains on it, and it's probably the shirt I'm going to take with me, because they tell you to wear clothes that you can get dirty, splash dye on, whatever might happen. Somebody else might splash dye on you. I don't know. Anyway, it's yeah. And it's going to be very warm and humid. I think I mentioned that. I don't like warm and humid. I think I mentioned that too. So it might be bito struggle for Martha, but it's better than doing one in June or July, which is the next class is, I can't remember if it's June or July, but the next dye class. The problem is I'm going to be tempted to buy some of the dyes, so I need to go on Dharma Trading Company out in California, and see how much their dyes cost, and if it's a big markup from at Artistic Artifacts, then I'll buy them from Dharma. I don't know if they sell them on Amazon or not. I haven't looked. But I'm not sure I would trust how long those have been sitting there. I need a leather wrap for this finger and a leather wrap for this finger, because those are the ones I'm constantly stabbing. Sheesh. But anyway, so I'm excited. I have some other fabric downstairs I will find. And I don't think I'll be able to take a t-shirt with me to dye. I think that's probably going to be not acceptable. I'm trying to decide which way I want to go here. Thought it was going to rain. It's been really windy today. And when we're sitting at the table eating, I'm being a liar now. Look, sunshine. And there it goes. But it got really, really dark, like 8 o'clock at night dark. And I thought for sure it was going to rain. And I even got a rain alert on my phone. It never rained. It got really windy though, as I might have mentioned previously. And pollen blowing everywhere. We have a Hummer that keeps coming back. So I'm hoping it's one of the Hummers that is here to stay. Other people up the East Coast have said that they're... Sheesh. You know, this only goes straight if I do it in a certain direction. Other people have said that their Hummers are not like they see the passers through, the ones that are headed north, but they aren't getting them regularly. And we had probably 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, that one came by. So we definitely have kept the feeder out there, and Tony makes it fresh every 3 days, like I've mentioned before. And we've had a few more come by, but not reappear. So hopefully this is one of the ones that will stick around. He's been here all day. I don't know how the heck they fly when it's this windy out, but that's what they're made to do. We had some rain yesterday, but it wasn't like really bad weather and stuff. And I live in the state of Virginia, and not that far from us. I don't know how far it is, but I don't know if it's 100 miles or not. But Virginia Beach got hit with a tornado. And there's a lot of RV parks down that way, so I don't know if anybody got hurt or not. But, yeah. I didn't even know about it until I saw, I think it was Facebook or something this morning. Because we don't watch the news. Not worth it. It's just too depressing. I have a lot of off-kilter stitches, but, you know, that's how I roll. Right? We all know that. So my iPad, I was watching Corinne. No. Oh my gosh. Anyway. I was watching, and yeah, it has to be Corinne. And sorry, I keep saying she did a studio tour and recorded it, of course. And she has a stand that she puts her iPad in. Well, my new iPad, I don't remember my old iPad doing this, but my new iPad, because my old one died, which I would love to do my recordings on. When I put it at the same distance as my phone is right now, all you would see is like this much, like it would be like that. And that's me zooming it in when I do it. And the iPad just automatically is that close. So I'd have to put it way above me. And this iPhone holder, it fits the iPad in it, but it doesn't stay up where it needs to be. And when I put it up high enough, it's above my sight, so I can't keep checking and seeing if I am on screen or not. Oh well, not very consistent, am I? So yeah, there's that. And then now her iPad holder is like a stand that sits on the floor, which I could do here. Be easy enough for me to put it where it needs to be, but I still wouldn't be able to see it from my chair. And she projects from her iPad to her TV, but she has an Apple TV. I don't. And I can't afford to go buy one. If I was going to do that, I would probably buy a Mac laptop and use that instead. Come on. You can do this, Martha. Go, Martha. Go, Martha. Oops. Although I wouldn't mind a TV in here, because then I could project, oopsies, come on. I can project YouTube videos onto it. That would be a good thing to have, especially if I end up having to have knee surgery. I'll tell you, that knee surgery, it just spooks the heck out of me. I keep seeing people posting on TikTok, because I looked it up once on TikTok. And I keep seeing people posting about, day 31, still taking pain meds. I'm like, oh, I can't. Don't wanna. I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to have to sew this all down. I was going to leave it kind of flappy, but I don't think that'll work very well if somebody used it as a patch. Which I don't know that this one will end up being a patch, but I'm sewing black on black, so I gotta figure out where I am here. So I think that's about it. So we went to Joann's, and then we went to Wegmans to get just a few groceries. We're going to have to go back at the end of the week to stock up on things like tomatoes and cucumbers. I have a ton of lettuce in the fridge, but I'll have to wash that and dry it and bring it with us. Go through a lot of lettuce. I mean, we have salad every day for lunch, so. And then I bought a couple of cans of beans and lentils today because it's just going to be easier to do a can than to try and cook that for the week and then take it with us. I have a lot to do at the end of the week. We have to go see Blue, and I have to pack the van. Tony's responsible for like the maintenance and the tools and that kind of stuff, and I'm responsible for the innards. I mean, he packs his own clothes and toiletries and stuff, but I'm responsible for where everything goes inside. So it's like a Tetris game every time. And nothing seems to go in the same place twice. Well, that's not true. But a lot of stuff does not go, because I'm constantly trying to make it better. I think I better tie this off. We've had the van a long time, but we haven't used it a lot. because stuff has happened to prevent us from going places. I know I don't need to explain that. And it wasn't just that either. I mean, there were other things that came up. So, like injuries and health and that kind of thing. Come on. Come on, Martha. You can do it. There we go. So we will probably do that some Saturday, some Sunday. And then call it good. And then it is supposed to rain the middle of next week while we're gone, which isn't going to be fun. Campgrounds, rainy days, not enjoyable. And there's, from what I understand, there's not a lot to do around down there either. Not even sure we'll stay all the entire time. And the check-in isn't until 4 o'clock p.m. Ugh. That's makes no sense to me. Usually it's, 1 at the latest. All right, now, decision. Do I put that on? I don't think so. I'm going to leave it just like it is. That'll go to something else. Well, there it is. Told you it was going to be simple today. And that's all it's getting. But that's okay, because I got to spend time with you all. And that's always a pleasure for me. Okay, and let's see. Pen. 'Tis day 70. 70. Yay. And there it is, just something simple. It does say love begins. Of course, I covered it up with stitches, but that's all right. Just a simple little heart. So, thanks everybody. Don't know when I'll be back, but I'll try and do at least one more video this week. Running out of ideas. Thank you for being here. Love you all. Have yourself a beautiful week, a beautiful day, great evening if that's when you're watching this, and y'all take care. Love you. Bye. See you next time.